Hello everyone and welcome back to another video on Space Engineer. So this will be covering a brand new update which we've just had a bunch of teasers for. We've had teasers previously but I didn't feel there was enough to warrant a video, but now we've had another teaser in the newsletter with a ton of new blocks. We're going to get stuck into the teasers. So first up we're going to cover one of the more obvious teasers, which is called the Prototech Fusion Reactor. So we get a very slow, very dark, mysterious reveal here. And ta-da! The reactor! So, I love the little spinny kind of jet engine looking thing on the actual top. That's very cool. But as the camera pans out, on the left and right, we can actually see some new cosmetic pipe blocks with like a valve, kind of one of those red wheels you see on like submarines. If we go to the next teaser, we can actually see a parts breakdown of the actual reactor. So we have the generator, the reaction chamber, cryo cooling, power supply, fuel injector, the vacuum system, the gyrotron. Yes, that is an actual name. Engineers just suck at naming things. And then finally we have the deuterium refinery. Now everyone's going a bit cock-a-hoop as to what this actually means. Deuterium is just basically heavy water, so I feel like the reactor's probably going to be ran by ice and not like anything special. I don't think there's going to be a new ore or anything. I feel like it'll either be ice that you just feed directly into the reactor, or there may be some sort of refining system that you turn ice into deuterium and then you put deuterium into the reactor. But that seems like an extra step you really wouldn't need, so I feel like you'll just pipe ice directly into it. If we go back to one of the earlier teasers, the first thing we get is another look at some of the piping blocks, only this seems to be like on the corner piece that we saw. We've got that red wheel again like you see on submarines. Also, with the way that the light flickers and changes colour, it also shows off another little feature that we're getting from the update. Now, in the video description it says, small details can make a big impact, bringing your creations to life just as much as overall design. That's why we're introducing the set light color action. This new feature allows you to change light colors dynamically using toolbars. No more need for multiple lights and airlocks to indicate pressurization, but why stop there? You'll be able to use set thruster override and wheel suspension, to name a few. Furthermore, if we let this teaser carry on, we see a interesting new ship. It kind of looks like a B-wing from Star Wars here, and we also see a blue ship wrecked in the background. So this is going to be part of the brand new encounter system that they're updating for Space Engineers. And now we get more detail of this in the actual next teaser, but before we play it, we're just going to have a look at the description, which says, the next Space Engineers update is almost here, the Fieldwork update. This expands PvE gameplay with a complete overhaul of cargo ships, unknown signals, adding more variety, challenge and replayability. We're introducing a long list of quality life improvements. With the Fieldwork patch, you'll get access to new cosmetic blocks perfect for building hidden bunkers, remote outposts, or your very own mad scientist lab. So yeah, we're certainly getting a lot more blocks and a massive overhaul to encounters, so I'm hoping this will also include ground encounters as well. I hope we get a few more of them. As we open the teaser, we see the wolf running by. Now this is often a really neglected part of Space Engineers, in the sense that everyone kind of forgets that yes, there are dogs in the game, so I hope we get like an overhaul to the dogs at some point, because that would be a really cool thing to do. But anyway, this outpost here, for those wondering as well, this is just a remodeled version from the Frostbite encounter, so it's not really anything special. This probably won't be one of the ground encounters, which is a shame because I'd have liked to see this. Now, the third section, we get another look at all the pipe blocks over here. There is also a new desk here with what looks like a blood storage unit of some kind, or like some sort of storage unit on top maybe. We've got a computer. We've also got a sink here, as well as what look like some more lab equipment. And here we get a better look at the computer here. We also, up in the corner, we can also see a new O2 tank, so that's very cool. Anyway, if we let it carry on, here is where we're going to freeze, because we can immediately see in the background there we've got a microscope, another look at this computer from the back, and we've also got this tank here with all the bubbles. I feel like this is probably going to be one of those floating like specimen containment tanks you see in Evil Science Lab, because they did say we can create like a mad scientist lab. So I feel like we'll maybe have like a wolf or a sabroid, or maybe some sort of alien thing within it with loads of bubbles. That would be very cool. Equally, it could just be an empty tank, but I think that'd be really boring. Now, as we go on, we can see this. Now, I don't know if this is going to be part of the fusion reactor. I don't think so. I feel like this could be some sort of like maybe particle accelerator or something to that degree, but we've basically got lightning inside this like glass tube. If anyone has any better idea, please drop them in the comments. And here we get a better look at the desk. We can also potentially see what looks like a tank here. I think this is the same shot because of just where the computer is. So we see the sink there. We've also got this desk thing here. We've got another kind of structure on it. It kind of looks like a very high-tech coffee maker. So yeah, I don't know what that's going to be, but we should see. We've also got more test tubes here. We've also got a better look at the desk here. So we've got the microscope, and the little test tubes, and a little kind of blood storage unit thing. In the background as well, we can just see a wolf, and also on the left we can see some sort of canisters here on the left and right. So maybe this is like for storing liquid, or I feel like probably more storing oxygen or hydrogen, and maybe you refill it with tanks, but equally they could just be functionally all cosmetic. We don't know. Equally, that about wraps up for this video. As always, let me know your thoughts in the comments. Thank you all so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye!